Hey, it's your girl Dance back with another What MF video. And today we're gonna do our nails. So, first, just kidding. I'm gonna talk about 9 to 5s and why I quit mine. So, it's been about 10 years since I worked, a little over 10 years since I worked a 9 to 5. Um, the last 9 to 5 that I worked was I was a gate attendant at FedEx Freight. I guess you can say security, but I didn't really secure anything. I just had to check the trucks out when they left. I had to match their seals onto their paperwork before they went out on their routes. So that's kind of not really where the trucking idea for me started. It was kind of like it was before that. It was before I even moved to Houston because I was in Memphis before I was, and so that's my hometown. And so yeah, I moved to Houston, and I transferred my job. So the job that I was working was FedEx Freight. I was a security gate attendant, whatever. I also was working a second job as a pharmacy technician. So I was a pharmacy tech, and um, I was working at CVS, and one of the jobs was my first job. I think that was my first job. I worked at CVS. I took a little 3 month course. No, it wasn't 3 months. It was maybe 2 months. It was like a quick little course that you take at the community college, and then you go take the test. So I passed the test and got my license as a pharmacy technician. Now I worked at CVS. I worked for um, Express Scripts, and that was a better paying job. At that time, it was years ago, but I was getting paid. I was only getting paid like maybe $16 an hour, and that was in Tennessee. So um, I worked at CVS. I wasn't getting paid much at CVS. I was only getting paid like maybe a little over $10 at CVS. So once I got to Houston, I transferred my security job to Houston, and so I was working there. And then they were saying that I was gonna get a raise, and I didn't get a raise. And I was trying to get myself together in Houston, and I couldn't, like afford a place. Like I wasn't getting paid anything, so I wasn't getting paid nothing. So I was like, I'm not getting a raise. Y'all not gonna give me no raise. So I would see all these truckers coming through. These women, they had their trucks. Some of them work for little companies where they just go out and back. They was pulling FedEx freight, and just this guy who worked for USA Truck. He was, we would like talk to each other every time he would come through. He would come into work, and then he gave me the information about this company called Driver Solutions. And Driver Solutions, they get you a job offer, and then they send you to truck driving school. So I ended up going to Fort Worth and completing my truck driver training. Before that, I was going through Stevens Transport, and it was right there in the city. It was like on the northeast side or something, but I was having trouble getting there because, like I said, I was broke. I was working a little job, wasn't getting paid. I could barely afford gas to get me there, so I ended up not going through with that. And then a little on down the line, that's when I met the guy. That's when I started talking to the guy, and then he gave me the information. And so I ended up packing my stuff, and I drove my car. I had a Honda Civic at the time, and a two-door Honda Civic. And I drove up there, and I did my truck driver training, and I hopped on the road. And I kind of like had an adventure. It was an adventure for me, and I don't regret it. So this would be cute. I don't know if I pin my hair up like this. That would be so cute. I'm gonna talk about some of the. So I went to school for pharmacy tech. Before that, I went to this dumbass school named National College, and they were not, whether was it that they were accredited or they were pulling some type of financial aid scam back in like 2008, 2009. And so they would constantly have different people coming in, and they messed up like a whole program. I was doing the surgical technology program, and they messed up everybody's financial aid. Either that they weren't accredited or something, and like it was a big, it was a lot of people in the program. It was like and so a lot of people ended up leaving, and it at the end, almost at the end, when we started doing observations and going to the hospital and stuff, it was only like maybe 5 of us. And I don't know. I got all the way up to observation. I was going into the um, operating room. I was scrubbing in, and I was observing, how they assist with the surgeries, passing instruments, and it was something that I wasn't like I could stomach it. Like a lot of people can stomach seeing, people being cut open and like doing surgeries and blood and all that. So I wasn't squeamish. How I realized that I wasn't squeamish is when um, they knew I was new. So like the people, I guess those are like the resident surgeons. They were doing a surgery. They cut this man open. They cut him from like, what is it here? No, this is the breastplate. So they cut him open like all the way, and like they opened him up, and I could see like they showed like his intestines, and they were like showing his organs. And because the particular hospital, was a teaching hospital, the Med Regional Medical Center, and it was a teaching hospital. So they had the resident doctors and all that stuff. So I wasn't squeamish. It was really groundbreaking. It was really fascinating to me, and I feel like that's something that I should have pursued, but I allowed this dumbass school that I went to. At that point, after that happened, I was like, you know what? I just went to school all this time for nothing, and I didn't want to go and pay more money to go join another program. And because they was like, yeah, like a big balance, like thousands of dollars, because they was enrolling people in classes that the financial aid money wasn't there to pay for. So I'm guessing what happened to me happened to a lot of people, and so they racked up these balances, and then they would just say either you pay this or you're done. After they had already, received the financial aid benefits, um, they wasn't doing it in the right order. Sure, the money's there, and we couldn't enroll ourselves in classes. They was enrolling us in classes. So I'm like, really? So it's my little stint in the medical field, and then after I got to Houston, I was like, it's like I ain't got no coins. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna quit this job